Eni Aluko warns Ian Wright about women's football opportunities, gender equality in sports. Imagine a sport climbing to new heights on the pitch, off it, and behind the microphones. Women's football is exploding in popularity, but some voices argue that the industry still has a long way to go in ensuring women get their fair shot, especially in broadcasting. Eni Aluko, a legendary former striker who boasts 3 Women's Super League titles and 33 goals for England, isn't holding back. She's voiced concern that male pundits like Ian Wright, despite his passionate support for women's football, might be unintentionally blocking opportunities for women broadcasters and coaches. Wright, a former Arsenal star and England icon, has been a familiar face on ITV covering the Lionesses and championing the game's growth. Yet, Aluko points out that while the sport flourishes, the broadcasting space remains a tight squeeze for women. She highlights that only a handful of women have those prime slots, often competing with a sea of men who get broader access. For instance, out of the few top coaching roles in the Women's Super League, not a single one is held by a woman, while the men's side offers much more variety. In an interview with BBC's Woman's Hour, Aluko made it clear that she's thrilled about the exponential growth of women's football in every aspect. But she's wary of a dangerous pattern: the dominance of men in key roles, be it coaches, broadcasters, or pundits, perpetuating a cycle where women struggle to find their space. If opportunities in the men's game were equal to those in the women's, it'd be a free-for-all. The fact is, we still have a limited number of seats for women, and men need to recognize that this is a growing sport with untapped potential for female voices, she said. She also addressed Ian Wright directly, emphasizing that while he is a fantastic broadcaster and has a long-standing relationship working alongside her, he needs to be aware of his position's impact. He's doing a lot in the women's game, but he should understand the magnitude of his influence and be mindful of not inadvertently crowding out women who are eager to step into the spotlight. Aluko isn't against having well-known male commentators like Wright in women's football. She recognizes that their presence can be a boon, bringing extra attention and fans. However, she insists that this shouldn't come at the expense of female broadcasters and coaches trying to carve out their careers. It's not about saying he shouldn't do it, but about supporting women to get the opportunities we deserve. Growing women's football should mean opening doors, not blocking them, she advocates. With her history making strides as the first woman to appear as a pundit on BBC's Match of the Day, Aluko's words carry weight. She hopes for a future where women have the same extensive opportunities in broadcasting and coaching, just as men do, without being overshadowed or sidelined. So, as women's football continues to ascend, the question remains: how do we make space for everyone? Aluko's call is clear: attention to fairness and support for women's voices could ensure that the sport's growth includes everyone equally, not just the loudest or most established voices.